pi panic, clashing, progression, pi-fi, wi-fi, sini, pi-fi, wi-fi, sini, sci-fi, and the igloos, glee, wigwam's whim, bravest cathedral's nave, and the sing-songing of the glorious gladiators, resplendent resonance of sympathic resonance with the simplicity of infinity, being in the finity, being the pole of the simple symphony, symmetry, syzygy, synergy of complexions, resplendence, and the about face, cross aroundness, the global, universal, infinite canvas, infinity transform, the sinkhole of apologies, the altar of becoming zero behavior benevolently in the meaning of nonsense, the celebration of understanding as appreciation of our own judgment, of our own selves, the merciless marriage to merriment is the beaconing of the lighthouse, the perfecting of babying, the room for improvement, the impossible pressure of the pleasure in the present, the praise scent of the play sure in the pray shore, all students, the cycle teaching of the zodiac calendar, lexicon sublime. It's about it on the progression of pi-fi, wi-fi, sci-fi, sini, and the mountain climbing itself up, the progression of process and the passion, fashions, and the surfing surfaces, palace of the panoramic plethora of panaceas and the cornucopia of splendiferous, sonorous sensorums of sensualities, smorgasbord, and the balancing of arcane commendability, the something worth doing of nothing doing, the zero behavior meaning of nonsense, coincidence of conscientiousness, compass of compassion, steering away from aggregate pain, abstain, AB, absolve, alphabetical order of the chaos, being the rhyme of reason, the method of madness, the eye of the storm, eye of the norm, culling, the cycle, saint air, quelling the calms of the maelstrom, passion, fashion, the progression of process, kiss of whirlwinds, gist, zero behavior meaning of nonsense, absurd is the vertical verb, evermore, forevermore, all the more, all yum, alium, the novel genius of cat scratching, the pillar of virtue, the covalence of covenants, the meaning of righteousness, the tenacious, vivacious, ferocious, appeasing of metabolism of the mercurial meridians, the equating of ephemeral epiphanous equations, the revelations of relativities, and the relevance of beaconing, the attractiveness of the future's tractor beam, the freeing from all contrast to all context, synclastic symmetry, symphony, synergies of the supporting each other in order to, there's no free handouts until there's only free handouts, and the shenanigans of what we influence and invest in, and the plantations of reaping what we sow, harvest, harness, nourish, flourish, captivate, cultivate, the lush, loquacious, elegant eloquence of the sequence of the livid, vivid sensorums, peace, dialogue, education, sophistication of elegant discovery, and the ancillary, salubrious, celestial celerity of meaning-mongering, essence effervescing, wizard wisdoming, axiom arcaning, in the becoming, remembering, the discovering, in the dragoning of drinking the dragon, and the inking of the raising, ray guards of raycord, the axioming the archons of the axes isles, knocking it up, the ever-pregnant incumbent policy, juice of the squeeze, the all-clarity, philosophorum vitae, the philosopher's saint own, everything for the other, and 444 musketeering Lee, and the raising light and the Nobel sound. Everything is a symphony, as it's meant to be. Creature, comfort, colludence of fashionable colors, the empathic pioneering of everything for each other, and the archetypes of commendability known, and the demonstrations of meanderings denominating every personification of appreciation, and the perseverating of prevarication, and all the question quests melting of fabrics and the quandary quarry of pyramids peering amidst the myth of midst and the shifting sieves of civil decency, the alien novel congress passion of genius, substance, character, emphasis, alignment, altogether consummatingly, musketeeringly, the understanding of benevolent altruism as the magnanimous appreciation of celebration of our own judgment is the understanding, beaconing, celebration, judgment, appreciation of understanding that we are unto ourselves a hauling of mirrors that is amazing, the labyrinth, transforming our hypnosis from the hourglass of timeliness to the hourglass of clarity, and sharing is caring, communing of optimal penultimate quintessence of perception in the ideal optimal unicorn nightmare. Sharing is caring, backtracking the hauling of mirrors, amazing the labyrinth, the joys of the Trojan horse legend to the wisdom of a piñata party, the Trojan horse filled with joy rather than taking advantage of each other, and the balancing of kingdoms, mother giver, the green veritability of grass, the substance of chemistry's genius, the all excellent pioneering into the nuclear atomic nucleus of seeking sanctuaries, anywhere and everywhere, any day, every day, anyone is everyone, the fungal child, the perpetual hooray of the receiving, and the animal equator of all the kingdoms of pioneering, automagic, auto-magic, automatic, beyond alchemy, mystic, authoring authority, and the leisure of scholarship as we invest, harness the harvest. All the goats, the ram, the tom of oh my god, all my sea lions of Merlin, the equilibrium of equicommuning, the change in time as one being, which is not other than ourselves, but is also not other, and the only other side of the cheeky keenkins chicken of the peatiest beach that there ever has yet been in our culmination of cultivation of understanding. Enough with the dog reel. I just want to Cheshire cherish with a glaring grin of the Savior and the Messiah message of this, the 25th of June, year is 2017. Our love is infinite. I was here yesterday meditating on how do you share with people what they don't need to know, as everybody's relatively gathered. Yeah, I'm just in the middle of about 2 acres Van Dyke Park here in Fairfax, Virginia, USA. The dragonflies buzzing around there. The birds just having a good time. The breeze is bleeding, and all the goats of the greatest of all times are gloating in the pleasure pasture of pleasant picnics of the prime palaces of panoramic plethora, pandering to the panther pythons of panaceas and the cornucopia of splendiferous smorgasbords. All the infinite mystery, infinity, heaven, and the haven of human karma in the universal allium alium, angel angling aesthetic of clowning around clouds of clout in the critical mass of who-mass in the hyper mediums of this meta of mecha ultra lush information inundation of the lotus low to us, to Ruli, and the Zen and Tao of then and now, all the ingings of English, and apologies for the sinkhole here, as my blessings denominate everything as anything in the broadest symmetry possible in our symphony of synergy. All of my syzygy to you, and Enjoy the shade. Crazy timings. Be the sun. Oh my god, the sky right now is like Sydney Opera House over here, just like. Oh my god. Let me get a taste of that. It's like it's coming to. It's like you are the pearl. You are the pearl in the clam. In the calm of the clam. The cards of cart. Anyway. All the snarky Ouroboros snake eating its own tail of Yggdrasil's bark of the root beer's routine. Layering, roll, molds, yokes, in the yo-yos of cat scratching, the viller of virtue, harbor of the villain, apparently, pillar of virtue, pilar, yo-yos, the cat scratching, pillar of massage the Messiah's message, I guess I gotta sign off with. That was weird. Toodaloo.